Well, welcome back. You know, it was a horrific story. Most of us are unlikely to ever forget the little boy thrown over the third-story balcony at the Mall of America back in 2019. It not only became a national news story, but his story was heard all around the world. And against all odds, not only did little Landon survive, he is thriving and he made a full recovery. Just truly a miracle. And now his mom, Carrie, is here to remind us that miracles still happen every single day, and she's written an inspiring book about their ordeal and how they came through it, and it is called Miracle at the Mall. And I'm just so happy to have you here, Carrie.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, when this story happened, you know, obviously locally, it horrified so many people. I just can't even imagine what that time was like. Is it a little blurry for you, or do you have like very distinct memories of that day?
Yeah, I have very distinct memories. I can picture it exactly the way it happened.
One of the things that I noted in the first couple of chapters when you talk about it is that as you were running down there and as people were like staring at you, you told everyone to pray.
Yes, it was just instinct. When Landon was taken from me, I knew that I needed him to be alive. I was scared, so I just cried out to pray. And anybody around, I asked them to pray too, because I needed God to save him.
Yeah, and then just not by happenstance, there's nurses right there.
Yeah.
On a snowy day too, that wasn't like a busy morning at the mall.
Yes, exactly. They worked at Children's Hospital, and their job is to save lives. And they were standing on the second floor balcony and saw Landon fall, and they heard me cry, and they saw me running, and they chased after me, and they were there right with me to give him CPR immediately. And I believe God placed them there, and so do they.
Yeah, because he was not breathing.
He was not breathing.
He was
pretty broken. I don't remember that. I can't, when I think back to that, that's something I don't see. There was blood and bones broken all over, and I didn't see that. I still don't know what that looks like. I think God protected me. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But yeah.
So he goes to Children's, and how long was he there?
4 months.
Wow, 4 solid months
Yes.
there. And so you were there
Yes.
for 4 solid months, and you have twins as well.
Yes. Hayden
So,
and Haley.
Busy.
Busy. Yep.
Yeah. And so every single surgery, every single procedure, really just a miracle that he kept coming out of them, right?
Yeah, there were so many miracles in the hospital that I have not shared about before, but you could just see, as I started writing this book, all the pieces that fell together. Like, he broke his leg a second time. He needed to stay in bed because he had a heart complication. His vena cava had ripped off from the fall and was hanging on by a thread, and the inflammation in his body was holding it there in place. Yeah. And I was really sad when he broke his leg a second time to keep us in bed for another 6 weeks, but we had to stay there in the bed.
So that was kind of a godsend situation, really.
Yeah.
You had a horrific thing happen to you when you were a little kid, and you think that led you to this behavior when this second trauma happened. Tell us about that when you were a kid.
I do. My family was in a very crisis situation. We had an intruder enter our home and held us all at gunpoint, in the way that my parents responded right away in prayer, praying out loud the entire time. My dad was able to apprehend this person, and our lives were saved. He had a gun, and he wanted to kill as well.
And then thankfully it actually locked up, the gun locked up. Otherwise there were 17 bullets in the gun.
Yep.
And he just horrific.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that part of the story. So, yeah, Landon's, you said 5th grade, right?
Yes.
5th grade, wow. So how is he doing?
So good. I mean, it is now 6 years later, and I feel like I finally have his personality back. I feel like all the injuries have completely healed. We're just working on his eyes right now from the traumatic brain injury. They don't follow along a line when he's reading, so he's struggling with reading. So they're doing eye therapy to strengthen that, so he'll be able to follow the line and be able to read. And that's the last piece. After that, he'll be completely 100% back.
Wow, and really against all odds.
Nobody believed it.
And so your message with this book is like, if you have something traumatic happen to you, you want people to know that there is hope, and you do, and praying does work, and you truly believe in that faith.
I truly believe it. And I just wanted to thank all the people all over the world who sent us letters, who said they were praying, who performed prayer groups, let us know. We felt it. And I want to write this book so that they can see that their prayers were answered and that miracles do happen.
Yeah. Well, thank you for writing this, and thank you for coming in and sharing it with us. We do appreciate that so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll let everyone know how they can get the book. The Miracle at the Mall is available wherever books are sold, and we have a link to order it directly on KARE11.com.